A crucial move has been made by Poland. Poland has stated that it's willing to hand over all of its MiG-29 fighter jets to Ukraine through the United States. As per reports, the country had 28 of these. The planes could be flown to the U.S. Rammstein Air Base in Germany to place them at the disposal of the government of the United States of America. In return, Poland wants to have F-16s that have similar capabilities from USA or NATO. The intricate details of the proposed deal are unclear as of now. While several nations have been providing light weapons like machine guns, anti-tank weapons, and man-portable air defense systems, the handover of fighter jets is a different ballgame altogether. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how Poland's proposed transfer of MiG-29 jet fighters to Ukraine could impact the tide of war. Let's get started. The Mikoyan MiG-29, NATO reporting name Fulcrum, is a twin-engine jet fighter aircraft designed in the Soviet Union. It was developed by the Mikoyan Design Bureau as an air superiority fighter during the 1970s. While originally oriented towards combat against any enemy aircraft, many MiG-29s have been furnished as multi-role fighters capable of performing a number of different operations, and are commonly outfitted to use a range of air-to-surface armaments and precision munitions. The MiG-29 has been manufactured in several major variants, including the multi-role Mikoyan MiG-29M and the navalized Mikoyan MiG-29K. Following the dissolution of the Soviet Union, the militaries of a number of former Soviet republics have continued to operate the MiG-29, the largest of which is the Russian Air Force. The MiG-29 has been a popular export aircraft. More than 30 nations either operate or have operated the aircraft to date. Ukraine is thought to have about 35 MiG-29s. While Russian forces are vastly superior to the Ukrainian military in all areas, the most glaring difference is in the air combat capabilities. The Ukrainian Air Force is severely outnumbered when compared to the Russian Air Force. Russia has around 10 fighter jets for every one Ukrainian fighter jet. Transfer of MiG-29s will help with these odds to an extent by augmenting its current fleet of these fighters. Ukraine has been requesting the US and NATO to impose a no-fly zone, but to no avail. A no-fly zone would bar all unauthorized aircraft from flying over Ukraine. While the idea may have captured the public imagination, declaring a no-fly zone could force NATO pilots to shoot down Russian aircraft. In simple terms, it would risk a direct military conflict with Russia that could escalate into a wider European war with a nuclear-armed superpower. While imposing a no-fly zone is unlikely, the transfer of Polish MiG-29s to Ukraine would enable Ukraine forces to better defend its skies. It's to be noted in this context that it would be useless for the U.S. to supply F-16 jet fighters to Ukraine at this juncture because it takes several months, if not years, to train a pilot to operate a new supersonic jet fighter type. As we all know, Ukraine doesn't have months to spare. In case an arrangement takes place along these lines, Polish MiG-29 would just need to be stripped of NATO-grade encrypted communication equipment, and a few other small changes will have to be taken care of before they're ready for missions. The Pentagon appeared to be skeptical regarding this as of now. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby said in a statement, "We are now in contact with the Polish government following the statement issued today. As we've said, the decision about whether to transfer Polish-owned planes to Ukraine is ultimately one for the Polish government. We will continue consulting with our allies and partners about our ongoing security assistance to Ukraine because, in fact, Poland's proposal shows just some of the complexities this issue presents. The prospect of fighter jets at the disposal of the government of the United States of America, departing from a U.S. NATO base in Germany to fly into airspace that's contested with Russia over Ukraine, raises serious concerns for the entire NATO alliance. It's simply not clear to us that there's a substantive rationale for it. We will continue to consult with Poland and our other NATO allies about this issue and the difficult logistical challenges it presents, but we do not believe Poland's proposal is a tenable one. But many things have changed. For example, even Germany, which had earlier refused to send weapons, is sending lethal arms, including anti-tank weapons and 500 Stinger missiles. Berlin even dropped some restrictions on German-made weapons being sent to conflict zones, meaning that third countries will also be able to send more arms to Ukraine. Poland has been supporting Ukraine to a great extent. It's already taken in 1 million refugees. The readiness to transfer the MiG-29s is an indication the Polish government is willing to go the extra mile to help its neighbor. These MiG-29s could impede Russian bombing missions. Supplying Ukraine with fighters, in all likelihood, will be seen by Russia as a major step up in military support for Ukraine. Russia has already threatened unspecified retaliation in case of any external intervention. So this potential transfer may have to be deliberated upon by NATO as a whole, not just the USA and Poland, both of which are NATO countries. If this works out, it could be used as a template. Bulgaria has 13 MiG-29s, and Slovakia has 11 MiG-29s. Russian ground forces have been facing logistic issues. The progress is not as swift as they would have hoped for. In this situation, inflow of MiG-29s in the airspace could have devastating consequences for the Russian forces. It remains to be seen how things pan out in the coming days. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.